What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back to bring you guys another weekly watch list. So in this video, I'm going to tell you a few stocks that I'm looking at ahead of this upcoming first week of April. But I'm also going to do a little bit of a recap of this past week, so the last week of March, and also just kind of give a summary of how my month of March went. So before we do that, please can you just do me a favor and drop a like as I create this video. Obviously, it does take a lot of time to create these videos, and also it just helps with the algorithm, so please do drop a like and then comment, subscribe and share as well. So ahead of this week, what kind of stocks am I looking at? Well, here's one of them, Tesla. So Tesla reported a record of Q1 deliveries, and that's a good thing because Tesla has sometimes struggled in regards to delivery numbers, and this time they've just set a record for their first quarter delivery numbers, so that is a positive sign. We'll obviously see how Tesla reacts going into this week. But hey, we've passed the $200 price point, which took quite long to reach. We were at just about $110 at the beginning of this year. So now going into April, the fourth month of the year, after the first quarter has been done, we're finally hitting that $200 price point. So if you did invest in the beginning of January, and I'm talking about shares, you've almost earned 100% returns. So Tesla is one of them. I'll also be looking at Coinbase. Why? Coinbase, obviously due to the crypto run of recent. And there's another stock which, year to date, has done very well. If you see year to date, beginning of the year, Coinbase, again, $33 price point. Almost doubled now, $67 price point. It's been on the run recently. Now I'm going to jump over to TradingView so we can actually look at the charts of the other stocks I'm watching, which include AMD, which include Walmart, and then a couple others, of course, from the energy sector. The usual stocks you guys know. As always, guys, when you're trading stocks, you can trade the same old tickers over and over and over again, week on week, month to month. It doesn't matter as long as you're making money. So let's go with AMD first, Advanced Micro Devices. That right there is Amazon, not AMD. Another side note, not financial advice. If you're looking for long-term shares, you think you missed out on Tesla or Coinbase, have a look at Amazon. That's all I'm going to say. So AMD, I'm going to pull up the daily chart here. Pretty erratic, right? Not really. It looks like it's bull flagged on the daily chart, and it looks like it's kind of trading in between this channel of the two lines I've drawn, which are ironically my resistance and support lines. So AMD, I'll be looking for a push up, a break above the $100 level, and then looking for $104 level next. I want us to break out the channel. It may not happen Monday, Tuesday. It may happen this week or next week, but I think April is the time for AMD to really just push and get out of that channel, and obviously get much higher than $104. But that's the first price target: $100, then $104 for AMD. Look at the beautiful chart though. Consolidated here. In fact, let's go back. A little bit of consolidation, a few days, broke out. Maybe a 2-week consolidation here, broke out. We're in a little bit of a channel again, looking for the breakout. Now let's just hop over to Walmart, ticker symbol WMT. Shout out Shonuff on this one. He traded Walmart in the Discord this week. Look at this beautiful chart. I've had this on my watch list a couple times in the past few weeks, and I've said it. Once we're here around my level of support and we start uptrending, breaking above the moving averages, breaking above the resistance points, just pushing and pushing, this chart has been delicious, delightful, unbelievable. So $148 kind of wicked off that level. Let's see if we can break that. If we do break that, guys, it is looking good for Walmart. We can get back up to highs of $155 from the end of last year. So Walmart is on for calls. If you look at the 4-hour chart, you might also see just how nice the uptrend is. Zoom in on the chart to get a better indication. This really is a beautiful chart at this point in time. So keep your eyes on it. If you look on shorter time frames, so the 1 hour, the 15 minute, the 5 minute, you may see some pullbacks. So right now we look like we're on a good price point on the 1 hour. If you jump onto the 15-minute chart, similar story. But every time it pushes up and moves away from those moving averages, just watch it fall back slowly with the price action back to the moving averages before it jumps up again. Let's jump over to the energy sector now. I'm going to go with Oxy because I traded this one this week, the $62 calls. And as you can see, it is currently at $62. So what I'm looking at with Oxy is a pullback first. Let me show you why. Here's a daily chart. You see that very weird, strange green candle? I'm expecting a red day, and I'm expecting it to drop to around this level of the moving average of $61.60 price point before uptrending again. Obviously, it kind of gapped up Monday to Tuesday, which is what had it on my radar, which really what caught my eye. But I think this one is definitely looking good for calls once it does pull back. Since we're speaking about Oxy, we might as well speak on ExxonMobil, ticker symbol XOM. So I've traded this one a few times in the past weeks. As you guys know, the $105 calls was a very good play, one of the best swing trades of this past month. Look at that. Right now the daily chart is looking nice. Again, it had a couple slower days, so that's just giving us a good chance for a nice entry. 4-hour chart shows it is respecting the moving averages pretty nicely. Again, you might want to look for the pullback, wait for the pullbacks because it's at $109. If I had a price point for XOM right now, honestly, I'm looking at $113, this level right here, where we were at the beginning of the March. That's what I would look for, so a $4 run. You don't need to be impatient. Look at the moving averages about to cross over to the upside. That's exactly what we like to see before we get into calls. So just watch that one for calls as well. I'll look at a couple more now before we kind of just sum up this past trading week and how my March went. QQQ, another one we traded this week in the Discord. We traded the 309 calls, the 310 calls. I think some people got in the 311 calls. This is another one where you just look at it. It has pushed up a lot, maybe slightly overbought. Wait for it to just pull back a little bit before we get in. Check the 4-hour time frame. Check the 1-hour time frame. Check the 30-minute time frame, just so you can get a better idea of what's happening. Again, slightly overbought. Look down here, slightly overbought. Let's just wait. If it's too overextended, let's wait for it to pull back a bit before we get in. But I am looking at the QQQ push again, so that would also affect AMD, Nvidia as well. So jumping over to, or back over to retail, let's look at Costco. So Costco has an interesting chart. Why is the chart interesting? Let me show you why. Look at the daily chart. Costco has been fluctuating, right? And this 200 EMA is important because last time it broke above the 200 MA, it failed to hold above and drop that down. It just broke above this time and closed above it. Now I'm looking for that push. As I said last week, this has been a well-performing stop. If you zoom out on the chart, you can see this has really done well over the last 3-4 months. Right now, though, we're at a critical price point in between these moving averages. And again, like I said, it just broke above this one. So I'll look at 512 for the first price target up here. And then 535 is the next price target. Honestly, I would look at swing trading in Costco. Day trading is pretty tough and the contracts are quite expensive. So swing trades are what is on for Costco. And then lastly, let's just go over to S&P 500 ETF ticker symbol SPY. So we're at 409. As you can clearly see from my pink line there, the beautiful line of resistance, 415 is the first price target. To be honest with you, if you want to play this, I would say starting the month, let's just wait how it plays out. Honestly, when I say wait, it can be an hour or two. It can be the first trading day. We're entering a new month. You've got to be very careful to see how this plays out. But like I said, if I want to swing trade this, I'm looking at the 415 price point and then 420 and then let's see, up and away. So 415, then 418, then 420, then up and away, maybe back to levels of 428 soon enough. That would be really cool to see. I think SPY has overperformed in the month of March. When you look at where it was at the beginning of the month, 380s, 387 to where it finished, I think it did outperform its expectations. So on the way I say it, sounds like it's a stock reporting earnings. Obviously it's not. But I do think it outperformed a lot of our expectations. It definitely crushed a lot of bears, I know that. But if you look at a 5-minute chart, these are the kind of entries you want when it's consolidating along here or just slightly dropping below the moving average and then starts to push up. Those are the kind of entries you want. Same thing on the 15-minute chart. If you look at that, if you do plan on trading this, just look at those pushes above the moving average after it's pushed up and pulled back. That's what you kind of want to look at when you are going to enter these kind of stocks. So let's see if the bulls continue their rally. Honestly, right now it's anybody's guess. Just be patient, let it play out. That's all you can do at this point. Now, let's just briefly recap this week's trading. So it was the last week of March. It was all hands on deck pretty much. And we started the week with one of our favorite stocks to trade, and that was AMD. So I went with the $100 calls. As you can imagine, this went pretty well. So let's just pull up the daily chart again, as we did earlier. So I went with the $100 calls. AMD started the week at around $99, pushed up to the $100 price point, and then came back down. But that's not all I traded. Also managed to get in on Oxy, as I said, the $62 calls. Another stock which pushed up quickly. And then we had QQQ, which we played to the upside and the downside. First, we traded the puts on QQQ. It was the 311 puts, I believe. There you see it dropped that day. And then it pushed up past 313, which was the other play we played, the 313 calls. And then finally, we ended the week with a nice AMD call. It was a $97 call this time. It was definitely a high risk, high reward trade. And I mean, from this past week of trading, the AMD call, which ran up to 190%, or the QQQ put, which brought 45% profit in about 11 minutes. Not sure what my favorite trade was, but when AMD does move, as you guys know, it moves, and it moves pretty quickly. So again, like I said, this was Friday. Capped off a great trading month for me, where I took about 14 or 15 trades, and 4 L's, 4 or 5 L's, with about 10 or 11 wins in that. So that was a pretty good month. 71.4% win rate, something like that, which I calculated the other day. And I'm just looking forward to April now. So as always, guys, make sure you come and check us out in the Discord. That's where all the trades are. That's where all the recaps are. That's where all the breakdowns are, the live trading, everything. Come check out the Royal Trading Academy. Then we have the stock option starter pack. You guys know the deal with that one. 10 videos. You guys have access to those for life. And as always, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, make sure to drop a like, comment, let me know your thoughts, share these videos with a friend, and also subscribe if you're new around here. We're looking forward to another great trading week. We're looking forward to another great trading month. Let's get it, people. But that's it from me. I got into making. You got into making. Catch you guys in the Discord. Peace.
Game over.